Favorite things to do is to go through a thrift store and see what treasures I can find. And I find the best books in thrift stores, especially children's books. And I found this story about the elephant's cold, which was written in 1981 and gives some really good advice that we could heed in 2022. So I hope that you enjoy The Elephant's Cold.
The Elephant's Cold, written and illustrated by Mark Thurman. Douglas was feeling miserable. He had a cold and a sore throat. "Staying in bed is boring. I'd rather go out and play," he said. If he was very quiet, he could sneak out the back door, and his mother would never hear him. He dressed and quietly crept outside. Carefully, he walked behind the tall green hedge so that no one would see him. Douglas followed the path to the pond, through the woods, and past the wildflowers. He tried to smell them, but he couldn't. "My nose is too stuffed up and swollen," he said. "Look out below!" Herbie Hippo yelled. Ker-plunk, splash! Down he came, making a tremendous belly flop splash. Douglas laughed, but just then his nose started to tickle. He tried to stop it, but he couldn't. He knew he was going to sneeze. And what a sneeze it was. Ah, 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 achoo! 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 A third sneeze woke up Albert Alligator, who was sleeping on Grandpa Hippo's big round belly. Albert's eyes popped open very wide. Grandpa Hippo kept snoring. Albert swam right over. "Look at your nose! It's so big and so red and so swollen," he exclaimed. Douglas tried to smile, but his trunk hurt too much. "I know a good cure for your cold," Albert said. "Follow me." Albert took Douglas to the edge of the pond. He picked some delicate green mint leaves and stirred them into a glass of water. "Now drink this down," Albert ordered. Douglas says, "My mouth tastes like mint leaves." Round fuzzy heads dropped down out of nowhere. "We never, ever, 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 ever get cold," said Mrs. Spider Monkey. "Never, ever, ever," repeated her children. "That's because we eat bananas. Wrap these banana peels around your trunk. Your cold will disappear for sure." Douglas's nose was so sore he was willing to try anything. The spider monkeys wrapped 6 big banana peels around his trunk from top to bottom. "My nose feels like a clothesline," said Douglas. He was about to leave when Anne and Peter the anteater came over. "What's going on? Douglas, you look so silly," they laughed. "Banana peels won't work. We anteaters know more about noses than anyone." Mrs. Spider Monkey said, "I disagree. I definitely disagree." Then everyone started to shout at once. Even Olga, Ollie, and Oscar Ostrich got into the argument. Douglas was getting sore ears and a headache. He tiptoed away, took off the banana peels, and headed for home. Quietly, Douglas crept into the house, changed into his pajamas, and got into bed. He knew now that the best way to get rid of a cold is to say, "Stay in bed and get plenty of rest." Douglas fell asleep, and with a banana smell on his nose, a mint taste in his mouth, and a big smile on his face. The end.